Hey everybody, it's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. I've got an update here from Royal Caribbean, the Perfect Day at Cococay. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, giving my video updates thumbs ups. I really appreciate it. Speaking of Cococay, if you join me and the TWB family this December, we're going on our first ever group cruise, December the 6th to 13th, 2020. We're going on the Harmony of the Seas. We're going to visit the Perfect Day at Cococay. We're going to St. Kitts. We're going to St. Thomas. And I'd love to have you join us. If you want to get some information on our group cruise, just check down below in the description. Ambrin Travel will handle all of your needs. She handles, Caitlin at Amber, she takes care of all the bookings and all the reservations. All the information you need is down below. And talk to the folks at Amber, and they'll take care of you, and you can join us on our group cruise. Now, the news today, big news for Royal Caribbean. Congratulations to these guys. They have just finished spending $250 million to develop this island that you see here, the Perfect Day at Cococay. Now, I am told that this is phase one. There is more to be done going forward, but phase one is complete, and what they've been able to do is, of course, get the entire water park up and running. The wave pool is going, the kids splash zone is up and running, the various other pools are up, the lagoon is going, the beach loungers are everywhere. I mean, this island is up and running in every way. As you can see by these aerials here, that water tower there has a bunch of water slides. It's the tallest water slide complex in all the Caribbean. This is probably the largest water park in the entire Caribbean region. But that's what $250 million gets you. You can even take a balloon ride here as well. And, you know, it's a fantastic day stop. Of course, as most of you know, if you follow my channel, cruise lines like Royal Caribbean have been developing these kinds of, let's call them day resorts, because, well, in the past, cruise ships with only 1,500 passengers or 800 passengers, you know, go back to the Love Boat days with Princess Cruise Lines, you bring in a cruise ship with 700, 800, 900 passengers, and you can go into any small island and come into a small city of 20, 30,000 people and not cause too much disruption. Today, you bring in an Oasis-class ship with 6,500 passengers. You want to drop them off into a town of 25,000 people? You've got a quarter of the population added on in an hour. It's just too much. And, of course, as I've been covering, some of the ports in the Caribbean, unfortunately, over the last 10 and 20 years have just become well, you know, a little run down and not quite as safe as they used to be, and it's quite chaotic at these ports when 3 or 4 or 5 cruise ships come into town and you've got 15, 20,000 people trying to get off a series of ships heading for taxis and buses and everything else. It's just mayhem. Here with a private island, Royal Caribbean can completely control the traffic. They can completely decide how many people will be here during the day and what day they're going to be here. Critics will say, well, they control everything, they own the entire island, and they make all the money and all that. Well, keep in mind that this takes an army of people day and night to keep this island resort setting up and running properly. You've got all kinds of people making the food, getting the food to this place, cooking it, cleaning up, the maintenance of all of these water toys that they have here, security, just keeping everything running. It's a huge army of people, and the vast majority of the employees here on Cococay are from the Bahamas, and so this is actually adding quite nicely to the Bahamian economy. But again, critics out there will say, oh, well, this should be a Bahamian business and it shouldn't be owned by Royal Caribbean. I'll tell you right now, if Royal Caribbean doesn't own it and run it, they're not coming here. $250 million of their dollars have been sunk into this place, and they're going to make sure it is run right. And it's just the same over at Disney with Castaway Cay. Same thing with Norwegian and Princess with their private islands. They're going to make sure with the hundreds of millions of dollars that these cruise lines have poured into these places, they're going to run them the way they see fit. And look at these passengers. These aren't staged actors that you're looking at here. These are just regular folks having a good old time. The reviews from Cococay, Castaway Key, Harvest Cay, all kinds of all the other private facilities. Very high grades of satisfaction from cruisers, especially cruisers with children. This is as good as it gets for security. Lots of supervision, and no worries here about panhandlers or any ne'er-do-wells hanging around. This area here is as safe as you're going to get. It's like being in Disneyland or Disney World. It's a world unto itself. It's the future of cruising, folks. What can I tell you? Now, this video, I've talked long enough. What I'm talking about today is the fact that with the completion of Phase 1 of the build-out, it means that the Beach Club is now completed. And the Beach Club has been quite highly anticipated by a lot of future cruisers, because the Beach Club here at Cococay has, as part of the features, the floating cabanas. And these are the first floating cabanas in the Caribbean. No other area in the Caribbean has floating cabanas. You'll see the sign here for Coco Beach Club. They also have beachside cabanas, but these floating cabanas are at the moment the star of the show. I think more of these will be built out as the years go by, but you'll see here some more shots shortly of some of the cabanas. I've got some close-ups for you. You can see what these look like. They're fantastic for a group of well, even 2 people, 4, 6, 8. The floating cabanas can probably handle upwards of 12 to maybe 14 people. And they come with a little mini fridge. And they come with some furniture here. The beach cabanas, the floating cabanas, even have a shower facility so you can rinse off. Here's a shot here of one of the beach cabanas. You can see the slide there for the kids. I mean, man, if you're here with grandma, grandpa, 4 of the kids and then the grandkids, man, oh man, have you got it made here. You got the water right there. You've got the amenities right there. You also have services available. You need to only hit a button and someone will come from the beach club area and bring you drinks or food or whatever you need. Full service, and what a great way to relax, just like these folks are doing here, to take in the sun, get a nap, and just enjoy the entire facility. Of course, being part of the Beach Club, you can go anywhere on the island you want, but certain things still cost extra, like the water park features and the hot air balloon rides and the zip lines. But here's a couple of additional shots for you to look at of the pool facility they have at the Beach Club, along with the beach itself. And it's separated from the other area of the island, so it's a little quieter. Pretty nice. Way to go, Royal Caribbean. Congratulations on the first build-out. $250 million. And counting. I don't know how many more hundreds of millions they're going to spend here, but they've got the money if they want to. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this peek at Cococay. Consider joining us for our group cruise. We're coming down here. And we'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye for now.